Chapter 3 Names. The name of the boy is John. The name of the girl is Helen. The name of the father is Mr. Smith. The name of the mother is Mrs. Smith. What is the name of the girl? It is Helen. What is the name of the baby girl? It is Alice. What is the name of the boy? It is John. What are the names of the parents? They are Mr. and Mrs. Smith. What is the name of the family? It is Smith. Mr. Smith has a wife. Her name is Mrs. Smith. Mr. Smith has a daughter. Her name is Helen. Mr. Smith has a son. His name is John. Has Mr. Smith a wife? Yes, he has a wife. What is the name of his wife? Her name is Mrs. Smith. Has Mr. Smith a son? Yes, he has a son. What is the name of his son? His name is John. Mr. Smith has a son and 2 daughters. What are the names of the 3 children? Their names are John, Helen, and Alice. John is 12 years old. How old is John? He is 12 years old. Helen is 10 years old. How old is Helen? She is 10 years old. The baby is 6 months old. How old is the baby? She is 6 months old. John is 12 years old, and Helen is 10 years old. John is 2 years older than Helen. Is John 14 years old? No, he is not 14 years old. He is only 12 years old. Is Helen 13 years old? No, she is not 13 years old. She is only 10 years old. Is Helen older than John? No, she is not older than John. John is 2 years older than she is. John is not 14, but only 12 years old. Helen is not 13, but only 10 years old. John is not a girl, but Helen is a girl. Helen is not a boy, but John is a boy. The baby is not old. She is young. She is only 6 months old. Mr. Smith is a young man. He is 36 years old. Mrs. Smith is a young woman. She is 32 years old. Mr. Smith has a father. The father of Mr. Smith is not young. He is old. He is 62 years old. John, Helen, and the baby are young. They are children. Mr. and Mrs. Smith are also young, but they are older than the children. The children are younger than their parents. Is John younger than Helen? No, he is not younger than Helen. He is 2 years older than Helen. Is the baby younger than Helen? Yes, she is the youngest of the children. Which of the persons in the family is the oldest? The father of Mr. Smith is the oldest. Which of the three children is the youngest? The baby is the youngest. Has John three sisters? No, he has only two sisters, not three. Have Mr. and Mrs. Smith four children? No, they have not four children, but only three. Have Mr. and Mrs. Smith two sons? No, they have only one son, but two daughters. What is the name of the family? The name of the family is Smith. What is Helen? Helen is a girl. Which of the children is the boy? John is the boy. What day is it? It is Sunday. What is the first day of the week? Sunday is the first day of the week. What is the name of the first month? The name of the first month is January. Which of the months is the second? February is the second month. This book is old. English has changed since this book was written. Although the grammar is correct, some of the questions are old ways of asking questions. Instead of saying, "Has Mr. Smith a son?" or "Has John a sister?" Today, most people would say, "Does Mr. Smith have a son? Does John have a sister? Does Frank like me? Does Mrs. Smith have a husband? Does Mr. Smith have a son?" For the exercises, feel free to respond or create questions using the "Has Mr. Smith a son?" or "Does Mr. Smith have a son?" Either is correct. Please complete the exercise before listening to this portion where we read the answers. Exercise A. The name of the boy is John. The name of the father is Mr. Smith. The name of the mother is Mrs. Smith. Mr. Smith has a wife. Her name is Mrs. Smith. Mr. Smith has a daughter. Her name is Helen. Mr. Smith has a son. His name is John. John has a sister. The name of his sister is Helen. Mr. and Mrs. Smith have 3 children. Their names are John, Helen, and Alice. Mr. and Mrs. Smith have 2 daughters. Their names are Helen and Alice. Helen is 10 years old. Mr. Smith is 36 years old. John is 2 years older than Helen. Helen is 9 years and 6 months older than the baby. The father of Mr. Smith is the oldest person in the family. Mr. Smith is older than Mrs. Smith. Helen is older than the baby. John is not 14 years old. He is only 12 years old. Helen is not 13 years old. She is only 10 years old. Mr. Smith is not old, but young. Mrs. Smith is not a man, but a woman. John is not a girl, but Helen is a girl. John has 2 sisters. Helen and the baby have one brother. The children have 2 parents. Mr. and Mrs. Smith have 3 children. They have only 1 son, but they have 2 daughters. Mr. Smith has a wife. Helen has a baby sister. The baby has a brother and a sister. What is the name of the girl? She is Helen. What is the name of the youngest child? She is Alice. Which of the children is the youngest? The baby is the youngest. Which of the persons in the family is the oldest? The father of Mr. Smith is the oldest. What are the names of the parents? The names of the parents are Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Which of the persons in the family is the youngest? The baby is the youngest in the family. The baby is the youngest person in the family. What day is it? It is Sunday. What is the last day of the week? Sunday or Saturday is the last day of the week. Is John a girl? No, he is not a girl. No, he is a boy. Is Helen older than the baby? Yes, she is older than the baby. Is the baby the youngest of the children? Yes, she is only 6 months old. Is Mr. Smith the husband of Mrs. Smith? Yes, he is the husband of Mrs. Smith. Please complete the exercise before listening to this portion where we read the answers. Exercise B. What is the name of the baby girl? The name of the baby girl is Victoria. Which of the children is the boy? The boy is John. What day is it? Today is Saturday. What is the first day of the week? The first day of the week is either Sunday or Monday. What is the name of the family? The name of the family is Smith. Which of the persons in the family is the oldest? The oldest person in the family is Mr. Smith's father. Which of the children is the youngest? The youngest of the children is the baby. How old is she? The baby is 6 months old. How old is Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith is 36. How old is Helen? Helen is 10 years old. How many years is John older than Helen? John is 2 years older than Helen. Is Helen older than the baby? Yes, Helen is older than the baby. Is Mrs. Smith older than Mr. Smith? No, Mrs. Smith is younger than Mr. Smith. Is John old? No, John is 12 years old. Is the father of Mr. Smith old? Yes, he is old. Are the children young? Yes, they are young. Are the parents old? No, they are also young. Has John 3 sisters? No, he only has 2 sisters. Or, asked another way, does John have 3 sisters? No, he has 2 sisters. Have the parents 3 children? Or, do the parents have 3 children? Yes, they have 3 children. Have the girls a brother? Or, do the girls have a brother? Yes, they have a brother. Are John and Helen brother and sister? Yes, they are brother and sister. Have they a sister? Or, do they have a sister? Yes, they have a sister. Have Mr. and Mrs. Smith 2 sons? Do Mr. and Mrs. Smith have 2 sons? No, they have only 1 son. What is his name? His name is John. Which of the children is 10 years old? Helen is 10 years old.